So please, a quick one before we continue. I would like every one of us to just introduce ourselves. So first off, my name is Ola'osebikan, the man of one wife. The creative director for Ola'osebikan Pixels. Yes. So let's have this up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is
So I can't hear you.
I didn't know Ibrahim is my name. I'm a photographer. I didn't know visuals.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Adi Kasiwa. I'm a photographer. What else?
Your brand name.
Okay, vintage cars.
Vintage.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, ma.
My name is Babatunde Ola'osebikan.
No, your name is Ola'osebikan.
My name is Ola'osebikan Babatunde.
Yes.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Alex Olasmos speaking. I'm the creative director for Exponential Films.
So, our people at the console. Hello, our people at the console. Introduce yourself. Yes. Oh, yeah.
My name is Adelme.
Yes. What do you do?
I work with
Exponential PR. It's nice to have you here.
My name is Felix Adeni,
Okay.
a member of Mr. Princess family.
All right, next question.
This family.
My name is Afio Onwe. I work with Ola'osebikan Pixels.
Nice to have you around. All right.
My name is Ola'osebikan Owinde. I work with Ola'osebikan.
It's nice to have you around. All right, sir.
My name is Promise Tochi.
Let's see.
I work with Ola'osebikan.
So, sir, all of them, they paid. Because I'm moving from their salaries.
Glory!
Hallelujah.
They must not hear you for free. Yes, sir. So, I don't know. Here is our Oga at the top. The clarity master for every creative year in Nigeria, in Africa, and world at large. I give to you Mayor Otu. So we're happy to have you in Abeokuta. It's a pleasure, sir. So before I bring him up on stage, yes, I made a post on my Facebook. That was 3 days ago. You know, this creative space now is interesting, like very, very interesting. And when I started off, I had just this one person that is my go-to person. My go-to boss. I have issues, I have one thing or the other, and all of a sudden I just got the news. It told me I was traveling out. Yeah? Yeah, you cannot just leave me stranded now, Abba. It was when his plane took off. That was when I knew I'm on my own. Because it looks like I don't have any friends in this creative space. So that was one of the reasons that brought about this workshop. So thank God, a few months down the line, I met my boss here, Mayor. And from there, it has been a smooth sailing, though definitely, it's a smooth sailing anyways, because there won't be a smooth sailing without the rough patches and we all get. So now, creative discourse. What is it all about? Thank God, over recent, we have seen what AI is doing. AI has been wonderful and has been interesting so far. That people are already asking, you will not be, all of us will not be obsolete in the next few months, in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, because AI is always already doing it. But this is me preaching into you that AI cannot carry camera. AI cannot bend down and snap out and snap it. AI cannot see from my own point of view. But to remain, what's the English? To remain
Relevant.
relevant, thank you, sir. To remain relevant, what do you need to do? To remain relevant, what do you need to stop doing? What do you need to pick up? What do you need to hammer on? Because it's going to be a serious tug of war in the next 5 years. And we all know that, for this part, we have a lot of creatives, interesting, but we are not enough to serve even the population of Nigeria. So that's to tell us there is still space up there. And you know that our Ogas, my Oga here, T.Y. Bello and all of them, they are there. But definitely you also can be on top also. Like one of my mentors will say, he said, there is a small business and there's a big business. But everything that small business needs to become a big business, it already has. Looking at the nature of humans, when the baby is being given birth to a male or a female, he has the capability of turning to a man. The baby has the capability of turning to a woman because everything is already inside. So meaning what you need to do, what we need to do is just keep on building on what we have. And I hope in building, we build things that is sustainable. God will help us in the name of Jesus. And so without wasting much of our time, today is for clarity session, today is for teaching, and today is for a whole lot of questions. Mayor is ready for us. So I hope you are ready for Mayor also. So, sir, I bring you up on stage, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Where should I start? Start on the top. Very top.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
You hear me? Okay. So my name is Mayo Otu. Started out as a photographer, but right now I think I've retired. Or I'm on my way of retiring, not actively photographing again. And this particular session today, the reason I'm here is to help you see things correctly. Really. So if you are to get anything out of this, I'm here to make you see the road clearly, and I'm here to point you to the right direction. Maybe, just maybe, I'll give you the fuel to uproot yourself from where you are. Not geographically, right? That's good. So it might not be geographically, like you moving places, moving cities, but the mindset. Because one of the things that holds everybody back, I know you are in Abuja right now, you think, if I'm in Lagos, you know that investor, if I'm in Lagos. But the thing is that we've seen people come to Lagos 1 year later and go back to where they came from. Because they moved themselves, or they left their mind. Their mind is still stuck where they were before. So even when their body, their physical body, has moved, the mind has held them back. It's still, let me use myself. So I moved from Rio in 2017 to Lagos. So imagine me moving from Rio. I have a mindset of a Rio person, a Rio creative person, a Rio business person. So I want to give you an example so it really makes sense now. My first mentor in photography came to Rio. That was like 2017, early 2017. We were having a conversation. We just chilling. You know, your big boss just come, just take him out. You guys are just chilling. Then the phone call came. He picked the phone, talked for a minute, then now said, I'm not going to do it. So the person answered, no, please now. He said, I'm not going to do it. If you don't make it 7, I'm not doing it. He dropped the call. So we are still talking. I'm like asking him, 7 what? He said, oh, he's asking those people to pay 7 million naira. This is your mindset now. Listen very carefully. So I'm asking him for, so in my mind, I've calculated 7 million should be wedding, big wedding, like maybe 3 weddings, or maybe 4. So he's telling me that, oh, it's just a studio shoot though. 3 looks, 7 million, they want to pay 5, and he's saying no. 2017, true story. We finished, we went back to his hotel. My girlfriend at the time, now my wife, looked at me and said, "Bill, I said that guy will know us." Because it wouldn't make sense when the people that are charging the most money in Rio at the time for wedding didn't even charge up to $1 million. So how on earth is someone rejecting 5 million naira for 3 looks? Fast forward to October when I now moved. I stayed in the studio. I saw invoices. It was not boboing nobody. I saw invoice, like, do you know when you see invoice of 15, 25? And suddenly, the mindset of that real thing has started reshaping in my head. But you would think that because I'm in close proximity with him, you would think that because I wake up, see him, sleep, wake up, I'll see him, that maybe somehow he have transferred that thing to me. Quick story. The first client I had, the person called me and said, "Hi, Mayo. I'm sending my friends to you for a headshot, and there are 2 of them, and they're going to do 3 looks each, and I've told them it's 100,000 naira each." So, okay, he didn't say each. I told him it's 100,000. I'm like, "Hey, good, thank you." Because me, even with the skill set I had, would still do that headshot. Because I know that the headshot will not take up to 20 minutes. I'll still do it for 80,000 naira, 25,000 naira for one person. But this guy somehow has negotiated and collected 100 per look and pass it down to me. So now means 3 looks is how much now? 300 by 2, 600. I could not believe. I'm telling you that even with the proximity to the person that I'm seeing invoices of 100, like 15 to 20, it could not pass to me. So I had moved physically from Rio to Lagos, but my mindset was still in Rio. So I said all of that story to say that moving physically is not what will solve that problem. Moving here is all that solves that problem. Recent history. I have a couple of people in my coaching program. One of them is in Warri. He's a wedding photographer in Warri. In 2023, he said he made approximately 3 million naira all year. August before September, right? So July, you saw one of my viral videos where I said if you photograph people that pay you 5,000 naira long enough, that people that pay you 500 will never come. So you saw that video. I think you saw it from Apostle Lazarus' page, because Apostle Lazarus talked about it. So he now came to my page, now saw it, now decided to book a session. So we did the session in August. But between August and December of last year, he did 87 million. He didn't move from Warri to Lagos. He did not move physically. But what happened was that his mindset had moved. So all I'm here for today is to make sure that your mindset does what? Moves. Because once your mindset moves, wherever you are, does not matter. Are we on the same page? The reason I said that if you photograph people that pay you 5,000 naira long enough, the people that will pay you 500 will never come. The caveat there is that because when they come and look at your profile, what they see there do not look like them. And when they look at it doesn't look like them. It's either it's like them or it's aspirational, what they hope to become. I'm a storyteller, let me give you that story. You see this Hausa car that the Hausa people wear when they wear Agbada? This one is filler. This is Yoruba one. You know the Hausa car? Do you know that there's a car for 15,000 naira? Do you know there's a car for 150,000 naira? Do you also know there's a car for 5 million naira? Every time that the people that wear that car with 5 million sees the one, even in a picture, that is for 15,000, they know. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, once they come and look at your picture, because the people, unfortunately, I'm not saying you shouldn't photograph the people that pay 5,000 naira. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when the people that have money come to your page, they look at it, they can't see themselves there. If you have 25,000 naira in your pocket, that's all you have in your card, right? You know that is all. Then you find yourself in a shopping mall. You see Adidas, you see Nike, you see Louis Vuitton, you see Prada. Will you go inside? Hello? Will you go inside? Did they ask you not to come in? Did they? Why did you make up your mind not to go inside? What? Exactly. Any other person? You just have 25K. That's what you don't want to go in. You're not there. This was it. I will not. I am. You've decided that. See what? I am not what? So every single time a client sends you a DM, it is you that made them your target audience. So I always ask, do you think that someone that has 100,000 will look at T.Y. Bello's page and send an idea? Do you think so? Simple question. Do you think? Have you ever seen a price list? Exactly. The same way the people that curate those Prada, those Adidas store and make sure they market and communicate it to you for you to select yourself out of it is the same way she markets and positions her page. So when you go there, you say, these people don't look like me. I am not doing what I'm doing there. Why? If you photograph people that pay you 5,000 naira long enough, the people that pay 5,000 naira don't have a hairstylist when you come for a shoot. They use pressing iron to iron their clothes, not a steamer. So, when you press your clothes on a hot iron, the clothes shines. And when you take the picture, it shows the shyness of that clothes. But when you use a steamer, you can't see when it was ironed, when it's ironed. The people that pay 5,000 naira just know that they pay the makeup artist 2,000. So imagine what the makeup artist 2,000 will do. I'm not trying to throw shade on the makeup artist. I'm just saying. So everything about the look, the hair, the cloth, everything will add up. So that when we look at the picture, we say no. I don't want that guy to photograph. The question now is, like, I want to make this point so that you know that I'm not saying you shouldn't photograph people that don't have that money, right? if you have T.Y. Bello's money now, right now, and you get in contact with the team, you will get that shot. Don't you think so? She will photograph you. But whether or not she will post you on the page, it's a different conversation. Because she knows that the people that are coming to look at the page are looking to look like people that look like them or the people that they hope to be like. So if you do not fit into it, you will not go on that page. Do we all know Big Age? We know him, right? Do you think he only photograph beautiful women? Think about it. But if you look at his page, what does it look like? What I'm saying to you is that you can photograph them, but they cannot make their way into your portfolio. Does that make sense? Which brings me to the other part, take care of hunger. I was having that conversation this morning with Tosi and his wife. If you do not fix hunger, my brothers and my sisters, all your bargaining, negotiation skills will be, you know when rain don't fall finish, and there's mud everywhere, hunger will drag your reputation like this. So whatever it is you have to do, whatever it is you have to do to fix hunger, do it. Please, do not use photography to fix the hunger. Does that make sense? 2017 I came, I slept on a couch for 1 year. 1 full year, I slept on a couch. In a studio. So that I was still used to photograph a lot of celebrities. So some of them don't come for shoots till maybe like 1 a.m. So if I was dressed like this in the morning, till everybody leaves the studio, I'll still be like this. So if they leave the studio by like 2 a.m., that's when I will now change, go and shower, and just sleep. Before everybody comes to the studio the next morning, I'm dressed again for 1 year. In that 1 year, I took up a job with a boss that was not nice at all. But all of that was because I needed to do what? Take care of hunger. Do you understand? So I know what it is to eat maybe, like my wife would say, I only used to have a great meal every Sunday. So what I used to do that time was that I'll save my money. There's this place I used to make pounded yam. So all through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll just eat nothing. But that Sunday, I'll just keep my 3,500, and that will be my best meal for the week. Every other week. So I took care of hunger so much that by the time I had the opportunity to take care of hunger, so I had the opportunity to build a portfolio. Because the thing about hunger is that it will not allow you to build a portfolio. Because you're hungry and this person is telling you, let's do it for 15K or 2.5, and you don't remember, say, let's say you never chop. And if this person leave this place, another person will collect the bag. So you collect the bag. But also you need to post pictures so that you know you're working. You now bring that picture that is not good enough and fuel it. So you keep on recycling the same clients. You say, but my work is good. Why am I still getting the people? Because everybody that comes to the page sees a certain thing. It looks like them, it brings other people like them. It doesn't look like them, they don't come at all. So fix hunger. Whether it's, I don't know what you want to do to fix your hunger. I told you before that if I know that my next millions is coming from selling crayfish, me will sell crayfish. I don't care. Once the bad guy, once money in your hand, nobody cares. So when people say that you have to move, you have to go here, you have to be in Lagos, I posted that guy making in Warri doing 37 million in a year. Half of the photographers that sent me to DM that live in Lagos didn't make 37 million. But they are in Lagos now. Because it has nothing to do with the physical location. I've been to 34 states in this country to photograph. Are you telling me that those states don't have photographers? My first time in Abeokuta, I came for the drum festival. I slept on a chair like this. I sat down on a chair like this and slept. For those 2 days I was here. Chair. Because my friend, the former governor, Amosu, the photographer, Benita, I said, oh, you're calling photograph, yeah. So in my mind, I just thought that maybe it would just be a few people. Maybe we would stay in our quarters. But she had invited the whole of Africa. So I entered the room where like 3 times of this set of people here. And the room is still like this room. I'm like, child. But I remember that time now, Sapati didn't know me from there. I still want to share. But the next year I came, the government paid for my hotel, they paid me my money, and they brought me here and took me back to Lagos. 1 year. Because the same event everybody photographed, I did something different. And I went back to sell. And they now said, you should come back again. But there were still people here. In fact, there were still people that came with us from Lagos to photograph the drum festival, but not everybody came back next year. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the principles I will teach you today will not only make you to move to Lagos if you want, but it's not going to make you money. Because the thing with Lagos is that if you make 1 million on this side, Lagos will take like 950 from this side. So imagine if that guy that made 87 was in Lagos, his profit might be like maybe 3.5 million. Is that good business? So yeah, I'm going to ask you to ask your questions very, what's the word for it now? I'm looking for a word for it. When you have to be very selfish when you're asking a question. Forget, what's your name? Simsola. Forget Simsola is here. Simsola, they have own way. Ask the question that will take you to your own way, and there are no stupid questions. 0 stupid questions. No question is stupid. Don't feel like someone saying, why is this guy asking that kind of question? Ask him. Do you understand me? Ask all the questions you can ask. And then that will actually help me to explain a few principles that will help you turn your business around, make the money that you hope to make. And yes, get a good life for you. Because me, I also believe that photography will change my life. It has changed mine. It has changed the lives of people I know. So, I'm of the opinion that it will change yours. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Are we good to go? So, my talk today, when I was coming, I was thinking about what would I talk about that will actually make people get to where I think I want them to get. It's about passion. Who here has ever heard the word follow your passion? You have, right? Have you? Follow your passion. Have you heard people say it? You've heard people say it yourself. The same word, follow your passion. Well, I have a contract idea to it. I think that people that say you should follow your passion are already rich people. Yes. And I will tell you why I think so. I really believe that people that tell you to follow your passion are people that have already made money. Because when you think about it, most of the things that we think is our passion, most of the time, do not lead to financial success in a timeline that we want it to be. If your passion, okay, this is somebody, what's your passion? Agriculture. What's your passion? What? Singing is your passion. Let's use it for example. Then we come to you. So Simshala's passion is singing, music, right? Do you know the number of people that want to be musicians in Nigeria? Do you have a rough idea? Is it? Millions. How many of those millions do you think we get to know their names? 100? Not up to 100. 50? Not up to 50. Can you count 50 musicians right now? Is it?
Well, no.
But those 50, if you count, okay, can you count 50 top musicians in Nigeria that came out in the last 2 years? So for you to have 50, you need to go back to the days of Wiz, David. That's a long time ago, my guy. So when people say follow your passion, I say again, the people that give that advice are the people that have already succeeded. I don't believe that if you want financial success, you should follow your passion. It might be a hot take, but it's what I do not believe in. I believe that you should find something that is worthwhile, that you know will generate income, and then push into it. Soon enough, you'll be passionate about it. Soon enough. Because, let's say Simshala, she wants to do music. Studio session is the least, let's say, to go to the studio session per hour could cost her like 20,000. So, one session will not record her song, will it? Two sessions will not do her song, will it?
No.
3 sessions will not do it. How about who is paying the producer? Are you the one paying the producer? How much is going to happen to be? Most producers don't mix and master. So who is going to pay the guy that is mixing it? Who is going to pay the guy that is mastering the song? And this is just one song. And who is going to come to my PR man here?
Here we
Is your job for free?
No, sir.
Are you listening to what I'm saying? So when you come to him, that means you finish paying all of this set of people I've mentioned, and you're just with one song. You come to him, he will now tell you, for us to make this campaign work, we need to start with press release. We need to have a whole campaign for you. We need to think about what's your press kit. That means if you need a press kit, that means you need a photographer. That means you need a videographer. That means you need a graphics artist. Who's going to pay for it? Mashallah. So by the time you look at what will make just one song, that's the A-wave people, the radio people, will just play maybe once and collect your money, pay you that. You collect your money, play it once, and that is the end. Nobody plays it again. And whether you put in, you go and sell your father's land and put in 500K. 500K does what?
It's gone.
Tell the truth. Will you still be passionate to go to the studio the next time? With which money? But if you had the 500, and you now say, okay, if I start a fish farm, how much will that cost me? I'm giving you ideas. So you invest 300 to 400 inside the fish farm. At the end of the day, you can sell and multiply by 2. Now you started with 300, 400. Now you now have 800. Profit is like 100. Now you have 100 of your own. You keep 100 aside. You go back with 700. I'm not talking MMM. Don't go and think that much. Normal everyday thing. You can sell the fresh fish, you can smoke it and sell it. At the end of the day, you multiply the money again. You now have money aside. So when you now decide to go back to your passion, what do you have in your hand? Money. When you hear people do not like, I don't like to go into this one, but when you see people don't like the video, it's because he won't come and beg you for money. Because his father's money is what? It's long. Because in this music thing, if someone was not funded, you're not going anywhere, no matter how good that voice is. So if the person is funding it, when you start making money, who will make his money back? The person. That's why you see artists, record label, always fighting each other. Because the record label will realize that I paid this PR person, I paid this radio station, I paid this TV station. Now you don't start to make small money, you want to run. Who is going to? So passion. I am passionate about street photography. Let me come back to photography. I'm passionate about it. I can do it all day, every day. But I also know that, see that thing, it will not turn into cash in my hands immediately. So instead of me to try to monetize what my passion is, I want to look for something that is paying, that there is evidence of it paying, and put myself there. Once I make the money here, I then go back to what is my passion, and I do it for fun. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Because in this industry, whether you're a photographer, you're a videographer, there are things you can do that will make you money easily. But there are things you have to do like 10 years before you can see money. The question now is, do you have that time? Do you have the 10 years? So my goal is, passion is good, but it doesn't prove full until you need to make decisions as business people. Business people make decisions like this. I want to sell this microphone. The business person thinks, I want to import this microphone into the country, right? The businessman does not just go to China, get the microphones, bring it to Lagos or to Abeokuta and now start thinking, who will need it? You can do that. Business people do not do that. Business people start asking people in Abeokuta, do you people have microphone? You don't have microphone, but you need it. You say, yes, I need it. Do you know any one person that will need it? Oh, I know someone that will need it. He has a number. Do you need microphone? I said, no, I don't need microphone. But I know that seems so like, oh, you need microphone. How many do you need? So you understand that there is a market for it. Then the business person will now go to China and make this and come back. Because he knows when he comes back, he's not going to come and be looking for people to buy. He's coming back and giving Simsona 5, to say 10, Goso 15, just like that. Business decision. Not because I'm passionate about it. Do you think the person that made this thing is passionate about microphone? Do you think so? There's this guy that used to do mobile toilets. Do you think that guy is passionate about carrying shit? I'm sorry. Do you think so? He's not. But he understands that he's solving a problem that will bring him what? Money. So he solves the problem. But soon enough, the passion now becomes that people are not longer doing business outside anyhow in conventions, in parties, that he has been able to cop that. That's something to be passionate about. But the act of pushing a mobile toilet, removing it, nobody's passionate about it. But do you understand that there are numbers in the game? So business people look for numbers. I always tell people, before you go to a genre, ask yourself, are there enough people in this genre not only to pay once, but can pay over a period of time? Because that's why people always go to weddings. You know weddings? Are you married? Are you married? Are you married? You see? Are you married? Are you married? So in this house, 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll be looking for wedding photographers. When he grows up, wedding photographer. When he grows up, wedding photographer. Even the boy that is sitting at the back, when he grows up, wedding photographer. So you know that across seasons, they will come. If you are a commercial photographer, you know that when Ribena comes, Ribena will do shoot. When Hero Beer comes, Hero will do shoot. You know, when any of the brands come, they will do shoot. So you're always going to be there because advertising will always be there. But when you are trying to say you want to do wildlife photography and you're in Nigeria because you're passionate about it, I'm trying to understand, do you know how long it will take you? Because when you're trying to get into those kind of genres, it's not enough for you to be a photographer. Do you understand? Your only job is not to be a photographer. That's what people miss. So when you're trying to go to new genres, you think that you're just a photographer, someone that will just go take pictures and that's it. No. When you're going to new genres, people don't know. Your job is, 1, be a photographer. 2, be an educator. Not to teach the skill of that craft, but to teach the benefit of what you're doing. When I was growing up, my dad used to come back with calendars from Chevron, Mobile, and yeah, also Mobile and Chevron. Those were calendars that we used to have in our house with pictures of zebra, different types of birds, wildlife, and all of that. But as I'm talking to you right now, nobody does it. Nobody. So if you say you want to be a wildlife photographer and you're in Nigeria, and you just think that by taking pictures of wildlife and posting that people will hire you, you're going to be poor. And you're going to be poor for a long time. And soon enough, the passion you think you have will die out. So your job is to 1, make the photographs of the wildlife. 2, educate us why that thing is important. Share with us different ways of how we human beings can incorporate that thing into our own daily lives. Curate an experience and bring people in to experience what you do. As a documentary photographer, I knew that if I'm trying to wait for people to hire me, it would be difficult. All I did was get non-profits together, create an event, and bring them into the space. And my goal of the space is not just to show you the photographs. My goal was, I had audio recordings that you put on your headset. So if you're seeing the photograph, I'm playing you the sounds that was happening while I was photographing. So when you look at my picture, there's a picture of a woman that I photographed that had kidney problem. She has passed on the soul. Anybody that came to that room that I curated to show that work and did not cry, that person is not a human being. Because me, the day I photographed the woman, I was fighting back my own tears. And my job was to make sure that I curate that so that when you come and put on that headset and look at the picture, you know, with the picture you just see her tears. But by the time you listen to what she was saying, it was 2 days that we raised 27 million. All because, not the pictures alone, the experience. You need to curate it. So that's why I said, if you're in a space where you have to do a lot of educating, you're not thinking yourself as a photographer. If you do that alone, you're not going to make it. So think as a business person, look for genres that are easily, people hire people easily. Because the business person, like I mentioned, will not go and buy something that people will not buy. You need to, I always tell people that photography is the only entrepreneurial, whatever we call it, business or whatever they call it, that the creative entrepreneurs, first of all, create the product and then start looking for who needs it. In every other business, even the woman that is selling groundnut, even the person that is selling fan ice, they know that they don't go and buy the product first and start looking for who to buy. That's why every time the school is going to close, the guy that is selling that yogurt, that fine ice cream, finds his way. Okay? He finds his way to where the schools are, isn't it? Yes. Because he knows already where the customers are. The photographers will say, okay, I'll post on Instagram, they will come to me. Who are you? Like, we think so much about ourselves, like someone will just be. Do you know how much people worry about their lives? And another thing that most photographers don't understand, that photography is luxury. It's not a need. Do you need photography to survive? You can do without it. So until you understand that this is luxury, someone can do without it. Because someone wants doesn't mean that. Because in life you have wants, you have needs, you have desire, you have wants, needs, desire, aspiration. But most of us play inside and we think that someone needs it because someone wants something doesn't mean that they need it. They just want it, they don't need it. So once you now carry yourself as is a need, you're not oxygen. The only person that we need is the one that gives us oxygen. Any other things is not needed. So once you know that, you need to understand, okay, now who needs what I do? Does that make sense? Everyone is not your client. Always remember that. Everyone. So your photography is not for everybody. Once your photography is for everybody, you're going to not make money. When I used to do my documentary photography, I don't photograph. I've had offers to photograph for governors, photograph ministers. I turn them down. I don't want it. Because that's not me. I don't photograph for news agencies. You've seen our people always photograph for Times, New York Times, all those top news agencies in abroad. I don't do that. So once I decide that I don't do this, or once I decide that I do this, that means I don't do this. If I say that I'm going to save people that make cakes, I saw cake when I came in. If I'm going to say that I'm going to photograph cake owners, it means that if you do not do cake, no matter how much you give me, I'm not doing it. That's why I first of all said, take care of hunger. It's hunger that will make you go and find these other people. Because I know in this Abeokuta I know it's too bad we have 500 cake people. Where I come from, every two houses you have cake people. So if I can save those people, you will be waiting for your whatever you're waiting for. Me, I'll make money. Because at the end of this, you need to understand what I'm trying to say. I'm making sure that I optimize the value I give it to them to suit them. Because the value is not the picture. And what a bride thinks as value for the photograph is different from what an event planner thinks as value in the photograph. It's different from what a makeup artist It's different from what a music artist wants in a photograph. Everybody wants different things. But until you know exactly people you're trying to deal with, you cannot even create the value for them. And the thing that is keeping you from making the money that you hear that people make is that you don't know who. And because you don't know who, you don't know what value is to them. And because you don't know what value is to them, you cannot put it inside what you do. Example, I always give me, I'm a documentary photographer. I said I'm going to sell non-profits. Those were the only people I want to sell. Non-profits. So, right now, I've done for UNICEF, I've done for USAID, I've done for Sahara Foundation, World Health Organization, all those companies. That's my clients. And I said, those are going to be my clients. One, I didn't decide those people will be my client because I like non-profit. Because they pay money. Is that one going to be online? But it's what it is. They pay money. Do you understand? And they don't want a lot of deliverables like make frames. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a wedding photographer. They don't do frames, they don't do photo booths. I just come, deliver the pictures on a hard drive. That's all. So I decided, okay, these people pay money. And they will pay money over and over because they're always having projects. So my revenue is not just once. They're always going to. You have to think like a business person. Forget, I can't shoot anything, but those are my strategy. These are the people I will recurring. Some of them took me on retainers. So with retainer, I can make all the money in January. I used to tell you, I will make all my money in January. And when people see that I don't do anything, they say, man, how are you doing? Because there's a retainer. And retainer means that, let's say, the bunker holds me on retainer. So my retainer fee can be 20, 25, 80 million naira for the year. So every time the bunker has anything, they call me, I show up. If they don't have anything, I don't show up. But in January, the bunker has given me 25 million. I go for another person, collect it. So January, I'm balanced. So when people are rushing, I'm zoned in. I'm now seeing my calendar, telling them, okay, this one cannot work. Give me your dates, give me your dates, give me your dates. So I now arrange them. So once I figure out that those are the kind of people, my revenue will be recurring. I say, great. What do these people need? That brings me to the value part. Because we always think that, people say, let's pay your value. I'm giving value. What value are you giving? You don't give any value. Because value is not a picture. I ask myself, what do non-profit need? One, non-profit needs to tell their story. They want to create awareness. That's the most important thing. They want to create awareness so that people know what they are doing. Two, they want to raise money. So they create awareness, raise money. The third thing they want to do is to make sure that they give the people that donate, their donors, feedback on all the things that they do. 3 things. Once I figure out those 3 things, say, man, all your pictures will be about those 3 things. I didn't go to them straight. I first started my own personal project. I did projects that was raising millions. So when I went to pitch them, I told them, this is me. This is what I do. You see this picture? This picture raised so million. You see this particular project, it raised so million. I can raise you money. That's the only thing why they hired me. I didn't tell them I'm a good photographer. I'm saying, you people want to raise money. I am that guy. See the evidence here. That's all. And they hired me. And they paid me the more money. And they made more money. That's value. Value is not the picture. It's what the picture can do for them. And me, I was able to figure out what they need. Does that make sense? If you say wedding photographer, the value of a wedding photographer differs from who the person is going to make his ideal client. That's why I always say, figure out who first. The big wedding photographers, the value that they give to their client is simple. They want their bride to use their name to brag. That's all. That's why you hear, oh, it's Paige that is photographing my wedding. Why didn't they say it's a photographer that is photographing my wedding? Until you're able to build reputation to your name, that bride can use you to brag in front of their friends, they will not pay you that million. You are worried about the picture. Bro, what? It's not the picture. Have you not seen when they say someone planned a wedding home, when bride family is involved, groom family is involved, pastor is involved, everybody has agreed just to go and the photographer says I'm not available on the date and they postpone the wedding. Or you think they postpone the wedding for the picture? Come on now, anybody can do picture. It's not the picture. Because once that photographer says I'm not available, they cannot use him to brag. You need to understand that Nigerians, not sorry to say, we are classist. That's why we named that thing and better pass my neighbors. No matter how rich or how poor we are classist. So we only do things that fit that thing. So as a business person, you need to understand that. So while you're worried about making your editing well, there's one other person that is just busy building reputation. You will say, my pictures are better than your pictures. You think the client see the pictures? When brides are talking with their friends, they're going to photograph your wedding. That is good. Oh, more. Are you serious? Vicky James brought Saeed. You guys know Vicky James, right? That fashion designer. She brought Saeed to photograph her wedding. Saeed is not a wedding photographer. Saeed is a fashion photographer. Do you know Saeed's price? $30,000. She brought him from Dubai to Lagos for a picture. And when the picture came out, photographers in Nigeria said, our pictures are better than this now. Did she tell you she was I don't understand. Did she tell you people that she brought him for your pictures? So that she can say, me, Vicky James, I brought Saeed. If it's easy, go and do it now. Until you understand that, until you understand the business of your business, you're not going to make money. You're not letting anybody lie to you. Me, I didn't come here to lie to anybody. I told you my own. They pay a lot of money, and they pay it year in, year out. In fact, they are looking for ways to spend their budget so that next year they can make more budget. So just your position. Does that make sense? Which brings me to the topic of association. This is the last one I'll talk about, then you ask the question. Why does that reputation work? It's associations. Sorry, there are minors here, but I have to say what I have to say. There's a reason you see fraudsters, ancient 419 used to drive luxury cars, live in luxury apartments, have luxury offices. Because if someone comes down from the KK and comes to your office and try to sell you a deal of 10 million, will you give him 10 million? But if that's, see the first time, what do you know? When he comes down from that Benz, and you know that this Benz is like 350 million, and he asks you, let's do that deal for 10 million, will you do it? It's association. You don't believe him for him, you believe him for what he's associated with. So if you want people to hire you for whatever you do, you need to think about your associations. Because that perception that you're going to build about you is about the perception that they have about that thing that you're associated with. One example. If I do a workshop, I want to do a workshop, let's say in Lagos, and I use a space in my house to do a workshop, and I say the workshop is for 1 million naira, and I do the same workshop, and I say we are doing it at the Go Hotel, 1 million naira, which one would you pay for? Why? But it's not me and Suto. But why would you rather pay for the one in Go Hotel? Because it's association. It's association. I round up with a man of God's word. I don't know whether people saw that interview, but shout out to Pastor Ure. I'm not his church member, but I saw the video. He was having a conversation with Apostle Lazarus. So Lazarus was asking him that his church's location are always in very good areas, very prime facilities and all of that. Is it not costly to... He said something I will never forget. He said, we think we are not making money, that's why we don't have those good places. Or we don't have money because we don't have those good places. Do you get it? We all think that we don't have money, that's why we cannot rent those good places. But the reason we don't have the money is because we don't have those good places, associations. There's a place someone put his church, and you put your hand in your pocket to give offering, and you see 500, put it back. And remove 1,000. But it's the other place you go and remove 500, put it back, put for 200 or 100 there, and put it there. Association. There's a place, a restaurant in Lagos, it's called Knock. Amala. How much is a plate of amala? Here. The know that is costly. Like it's costly.
That's 900 naira. Let's say 1,000.
Do you know how much Knock sells amala? Do you know how much?
Okay. They are talking, they are saying para.
No, you put 500, 500, 500. No, it's not 1.5. Buffet, is it not? Okay, let's say 35. You put how many? 5. How many? How much is that? Is that 50,000? But I'm telling you, that Knock sells that same amount for 50,000 naira. And it's not 5 a buffet that's inside there. And people go there to eat. I need you to understand this part. They don't go there to eat because the food is good. I should be a pastor. You go there to eat so that in school you can tell your friend. You know, right? He said, I don't try. Until you can connect those things into every single thing you do. How people treat you in life is based on an association. The places you go make people treat you somehow. If you go into, if you're flying in Nigeria, don't you see all those people that stay in business class? We say nothing there inside the business class table. I say, now you poor man. Nothing did, my guy. For business class, for flight within Nigeria, nothing did. If it's flight between inside Nigeria, there's nothing inside there. But there's something, because you will not be in the general language. Do you now see association? And lounge. But if I didn't see you in our lounge, Me and you.
We are not.
No, I'm not.
That is what life is all about. And my goal today is just to help you figure out all those things inside whatever business you do and make sure that you collect premium. It's all about the money. We get the drift. Finally, the Bible says, and Queen Sheba paid Solomon. You need to, I didn't write that one. This was also in the Bible. Paid Solomon so much more. Because of what? He said, I heard about you, reputation, that you were wise, that your government was good. I was thinking that we were just talking, but now I am here. What I've seen is double. What is that? Association. So if you want to command that money, there is a certain thing you should be associating yourself with. If you don't do that, they will always tell you, you know someone that can do what? Teach you. Does that make sense? Because two things will happen. In life, there are two sets of people. Two sets of people we have in this life. Okay? Two sets of people. If you go to a restaurant, that's when you figure out the two sets of people that we have in this life. There are people that whatever they will buy, they buy from the right side of the menu. And there are people that will buy, whatever they buy from the left side of the menu. Do you know what's on the right side of the menu? The price. The items are on the left. People that buy from the right side. So every time someone sends you a DM and say, what's your price? That person shops on the right side of the menu. So no matter what you tell them that is inside your mala, they don't care. How much is this thing? And there are other people that don't look at the right side of the menu at all. Their own is, this is sweet potato lemonade. The price. But you need to now build an association so that people that shop on the right side don't come to you if you don't want them. Or if you always want them, build your association so much that you don't tell them, explain things like it's 1 minute and they're not interested. Does that make sense? So, remember, like I said, no stupid questions. Everybody can ask a question and find a way to use the board. I always write it when I'm thinking. Use the board to answer the question. I hope we help each other today. First question, right?
Yes, sir. So, sir, thank you so much for this. So, the first question is, no, my question is, so my question is, this one's correct. You are a documentary photographer, and out of during your teaching, you made mention about do personal projects. How do you do personal projects that earn you money that you can use as a bragging right? Because when you are teaching, you said when you now make them, that's what you use to brag.
Okay. The first thing I mentioned was that you need to understand who are you trying to sell. So, remember when I said that photographers are only people that build a product and look for who to sell it to. In our own, the product is the portfolio. That's our product. So you don't build a portfolio or you don't build a personal project until you figure out who you are trying to serve. Who is that person? Are you going to do stuff for agricultural entrepreneurs? Are you going to do stuff for fashion entrepreneurs? Are you going to do stuff for, like, who is that person? You need to figure out that person first. Once you're sure who that person is, the question now is what is value to them? Because value to the agri person might not necessarily be funding, might not necessarily be awareness, might not necessarily be visibility. So, as a business person, your first job is once you identify the person, to sell who you want to sell, is for you to talk to them. You need to figure out them. What are they struggling with? Because whatever you do that answers what they're struggling with, that's value to them. So you don't go and do the project and then come back to show to them. You use them, ask them questions, and they answer the questions, and you now say, okay, if you, let's say you take 10 people, and 5 of them or 7 of them mention one particular thing that they struggle with, that means all of them struggle with that thing. So your job is to think, how can I solve that thing with my photographs, or with my video, or with my written work, whatever you do, and then go and create a project that can do that. So when I said that I did and raised money, my goal was not just to raise money because I wanted to raise money, because I figured out that that's what they want. If they didn't want that, I would have done something different. So it's because I know who I'm trying to get. Let's say, what kind of photography do you do?
Sir?
What kind of photography do you do? You're not a photographer yet. What are you? You intend to be, that's great. And then, yes. What type of photography do you do? When you leave this place, you will not do a lot. People that do a lot don't make money. It seems like they do, but they don't. People want experts. I had surgery around my jaw area, 2022, going to 2023. I had surgery here. So, on going to the hospital, so I'd seen a lot of people. I mean, that's what I'm trying to explain to you now. So, there is a dentist. This is your teeth. There is people that call the dental surgeons. Surgeons do the surgery. You do the surgery. There is what's this? What's the name now? Just ran out of my head. So those ones are the ones that you see braces. People wear braces. Yes. The name has run out again. So. Okay, let me use another example because I've forgotten the name. Let's use the eye, for example. So there's an optician. That one does fix your glasses. There is the general eye practitioner. So he checks every other thing. There is an ophthalmologist. That one knows the disease of the eyes. Then there's the eye surgeon that does the surgery. Who do you think makes the most money out of all of them? The general guy that knows everything about everything. The evidence is just there in our life, but we always overlook it. The specialist earn more money than the generalist. You become a generalist to become a specialist. What I mean is that you do everything to know which one will make you the most money, acquire little effort, and will have returning clients. Then you now become a specialist in that. To know which one you should do right now. If I don't know whether you do bookkeeping, if you do bookkeeping, just go back and look at your books. Ask yourself this question. I do children's party, I do burial, I do birthday shoots, I do events, I do weddings. Last year, 12 months, how many weddings did I have right? How many children parties did I have right? By the time you come back, you see which one you did the most. You might actually say that you are a wedding photographer, meanwhile, you are a child photographer. So figure out which one you did the most. Then ask yourself, the profit, not the revenue, the profit. Which one did you make the most profit? Write it down. Which one is easier for you to do? Write it down. Then find out the ones that fit those three brackets. That's the one you should choose. And then zero in. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, you need to figure out who those people are first, and then ask them questions that will help you create something that will work for them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yes, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for teaching. There's been a lot. Well, I want to ask something pertaining to brand position.
Yeah.
Finally, we know most of us don't have big names yet, and that is what we're striving for, to have a big name. So how do we position ourselves to attract well-being clients, to be visible to them? Because there are a lot of competitions. If you can't do it for this range, I have someone that can do it for lesser range.
Yes.
Yeah. And even when you are trying to figure out of what you're doing, you still want to be the brand. So how do we make the brand visible to well-being clients?
Okay. That's a brilliant question. That's where I turn into the board. That's a brilliant question. Brand visibility, right? The first question you need to answer is, what is visibility? To be seen. In simple terms, to be seen. But as a brand, to be seen is not enough. It's to be seen by who needs you. So that means if to be seen is this, to be seen by who you need to be hired, will now become this, smaller. But what most people do is that they want to do this. You do this first. This start becoming bigger. Because we think that if we go small, it will be too small. It will not be enough for you. That's a lie. If you, let me tell you something about human beings. Once you are an expert in something, you just believe you can do the other one. Automatically. The only wedding I've ever photographed was because the guy said I must photograph his wedding. I am not a wedding. I don't want to be. It's too stressful. The wife was saying, Mayor, show us picture now. I said, I don't have picture to show you. I don't even want to do this wedding. I am not even. The husband said, and the pay was just too good. Like, as a businessman, I collected it back, did the job. They were saying, we did it in this conference hotel right here. And that wedding was here. We came from Lagos. The guy gave me 600K as gift. I'm not saying gift. So if someone gives you 600 as gift, so imagine what you pay for the building. Not because the 600 is the say he gave me for the inconvenience. Because I'm not trying to do this. So visibility is first. Who are you trying to serve? So even when you say you run a PR company, so your goal should be this PR business. What am I going to say? That's the first thing. Don't want to save everybody. The thing is, once you're trying to save everybody, the problem now becomes you will not get that brand positioning that you're looking for. Because what is positioning? Choosing a side. In all of these markets, where do you decide to pitch your tent? That's it. So you now decide to go, okay, PR, I want to do for real estate. Nigeria's not real estate. So Nigeria is not real estate. I should. Other thing, music. Do I have the market here to fund it? So you have to decide, okay, it's real estate, or it's automobile, or it's insurance, or choose a side, but make sure that you know that there are people that can pay. Once you choose that side, the next thing is associations. So, for example, real estate. So if you've chosen to do PR for real estate company, so your job is now go on Google and find out real estate conferences in Nigeria. Go to your website, get your phone number, because for every event, big event, they are always positioned for partnerships. So your job, that's the brand positioning now. Imagine you positioning with this knee and this, he does real estate too, but he does coaching. But he always coaches mostly people in the real estate industry. You said? Yeah, knee addition, you know him, the pastor, right? He has events all over. So your goal is like, because knee is right here. So knee is, once you are associated, whether it is free collaboration or free partnership, but you are there, your job is now, like I said, go to Google, find, if it's real estate, find them, apply for partnership. Like you are a PR business and you look through that stuff, you want to offer them your services as partnership. You know that those ones is for portfolio. It doesn't necessarily bring the money, but it will put you in rooms where other people that have real estate are there, big players. You put it, because running PR for them, you put you in that room, so your job is to get into those rooms as many as possible. That's your job. Because once you get into that room, you're open to it. The second thing after the partnership is now, because partnership has like two types. So that's free partnership. You're going to offer them something, but they're not paying you. Then there's a paid partnership. They want you pay them to run the PR for them. Example, I always talk about my people like that. Pastor Samadi is up here. He has big players in different industries. So you hear that he's having a program, a dinner, it's not like, I think I've been already. That was like 1.3 million. It's 2 days. A dinner with him and business people, then the coaching investment. One thing I need to make you understand that if they have an event and they have 3 tiers of the event, let's say 300,000, 800,000, 1.1 million naira, never you pay for the 300. Ever. You're wasting your money. Never you pay for the 700. You're wasting your money. Find all the money you have, or wait for it till you have the money. Pay for the highest ticket. Once you pay for the highest ticket, they know your name. And once people know your name and in a place to help you, they feel obligated to help you. You will not be asking them, telling them, can you introduce me to the client manager? When you're doing like this, do you know me? He's the one doing the prayer for this thing. Yeah. Talk to him when you're done. Take social officer. Madam, have you made it? He's the one. That 300,000 will not do that. And there's nothing as good as this. Even Jesus, my Lord and Savior, the Father had to co-sign him. In life, you need someone that will do like this. I say, pass the ball to this guy. So once, but if you go to this small, if you go to the smaller events, what will happen is that the caliber of the people in there might not be the caliber of the people that can pay what they want to. So we need to align and say, okay, I want to do this. Okay, let's just say, want to do, what's the other one? There is beauty industry, what we PR beauty industry. So every beauty event that you hold in this Nigeria, and there's a masterclass, that's your investment. You should be there. Position. And what then happens is that even outside your people, like outside the people inside, like let's say you go to that Saturday thing and introduces you, that's the first one. You make pictures. You do video like, oh, that you want to be PR for them and all of that. And you now post that on your page. People will associate you to them. Your price immediately goes up, not because of you, but because of Jesus. But when they come and say, oh, you don't do PR for this, you do for that. So once you decide, figure out those things and collaborate and do partnership and benefit together. So I can introduce you to people that need it. Because in this PR you need one kind. One. See this circle I was drawing. And you were here, right? One tree, one tree. So you are in here, right? Soon enough, this becomes easy. Because all of these are connected. Someone that's inside this circle knows someone that's inside this circle. But someone that is inside this particular circle may not know anybody in this small circle. But everybody that is inside this big circle, when they see you associate with anybody inside this small circle, they want to associate with you. So your job is not to get into the big circle. So find one small circle and stay with. So the small circle introduce to another small circle, another small circle, another small circle. Because from once you do for one, oh, you know that you not care. We have another thing, you can do for us, good. But you know that this person just will not tell me that you did it for him for free. Which now comes to the business side. So even with the collaboration and partnership you're doing, you drop your invoice or you give them 100% discount. So there's an invoice. So he knows how much that service is worth. So when Tosi is now telling me about you, he's not saying it was free. So I'm paying you what was on the invoice. Or you can now decide, oh, do 50%, or do 70%, or do 80% discount. That's how you do it. But if you want to do everything, you'll not be positioning of that, which is the idea of what we do. So the visibility is not to spread out. It is to identify the people you want to serve. And now use the content from that particular session. Let's say you wait for that Pastor Nima. You use the content from that to blow up your page. Now, because if you see me here and you take a selfie and tag me, I will repost it. Now, people from my own side now sees you. You don't say. So when you're worried about how many people see it, it's not about how many people see it, how many people see you with the right people. So take time to this. Of course, you know PR and how to tell you about that. You know what to do when you get to them. So don't go everywhere. Decide. That also means that not that you don't take these other jobs. When it comes, you take them, but you don't post them like that. But when you post for the job, you finish, you archive because you know exactly what you want. Or you set up a brand new page for it. A brand new page for it. So everybody that knows you, this won't know you, they know that page. This one they are calling you. But everybody from this new cycle knows a brand new, different person as that. So you can run this one like the current one like everybody. You run that one like you.
So bringing that out, can it be like creating a personality out of the land?
Because, like the second one,
Yes.
you are the personality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
Yes.
bringing out the personality
Yeah.
out of the land.
That's you. I'm selling you now. So that most PR people are more popular than their government. Okay. So you need people to want you to come to the event. You, not the company. And you can't get that if you don't do those associations. It will be impossible for you to do. So you need to identify them. Me, I'm still going to real estate.
Okay, sir.
Because everywhere people are doing estates, it will not stop. Do you think it will stop? When I was coming to Africa, empty places, full. What do you think they will do with those lands in the future? Real estate companies. And they will always need PR because that's the only way they can get us to buy. So, like I said, invest in your own reputation by this association so that nobody can just come around and offer you something that you don't want to do.
Well done, sir. And thank you for the teachings. So my question is about the aspects where you mentioned our mindset moving, even when we don't move physically. And I think that was when you mentioned you spoke about a guy in Warri. I was making money from Lagos. He owns one of the people that he knows. So how do we do that?
You have to move your mind.
Yes, how to move your mindset.
Okay, let me give you the first one. Mindset thing. When do you guys sleep in your house? When do you go to bed? 9. When do you go to bed? Listen. What he thinks about sleeping in the night is different from what he thinks about sleeping in the night. Do you have a phone? Do you use your phone when you're eating? Do you use your phone when you're eating? Listen. So, all of the things that we do in life, simple things, are because of how we raised. So you were raised, and unfortunately, our parents like faith play. And they gave us what they knew, or what they knew, right? We need to also understand very well that most of the things that we knew growing up is inhibiting us, stopping us from doing some of the things. You know when I have a son that is trying to be calling everywhere. So the other day I caught myself telling him stop. I said, I shouldn't be telling him stop, just come, I'll follow you around. Because he's trying to explore. I'm trying to hold him back. So the more I hold him back by telling him no, and no, and no, and no, and no, soon enough he will not want to do that again. And then anything outside that is outside his comfort, he will not do it again. But first he was crawling. Soon he will not want to draw. Soon he goes to school, he wants to try things, he don't want to join. That person becomes an older person. So when you tell the person, do this, it looks like that's a lot of things to do. You're not going to do that, not going to do that. Because in his mind, you don't always allow him to most of the things. It's how we do. Secondly, when you think about money too, how you think about money right now is a product of how you were raised. How I think about money right now is a product of how I was raised. Or maybe I've changed something about it. So you need to understand, first of all, acknowledge that part. That there's a part of you that is holding you back. And also there's a part of you that is pushing you forward. Whatever that is. Do you understand? So if I ask you, What do they do with money? They used to buy something, right? Right? Because there's somebody else I'll ask, what do you do for money? The person said, oh, they use money to make money. So some people, money to them is to pay bills. Mindset. Because that's how they grow up. Some other people, money to them is, why is money in your... So parents always say, how much do you have? Why is it still there? Why are you putting your money in the savings? You're supposed to buy MTN stock. So from when they're little. I had a family friend. He's investing in building churches, different churches, right? Do you know what, when he explained to my parents why he's building or sponsoring building of churches? That his grandmother used to sell, older women who sell, and we used to carry him to where he would give the money, part of some of the money that they sell to the pastor, because the pastor would not have enough money. So he grew up seeing his grandmother, from the little she had, he would share with the pastor. Every single time. When he now grew up to have money, what did he do? Because he knew, sees the mindset now. But some other person will not do that. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's right. I'm just saying that whatever you become going forward is based off on. So the first thing you need to do is to acknowledge that thing first. And there's something that's either holding you back or pushing you forward. Acknowledge it. And once you acknowledge it, that's self-acceptance. You accept it. Once you accept it, the next thing is to say, what can I do? Right? And what can you do? Start from saying, okay, I know I am here. This is the mindset I is. How can I unlearn the things that's making me to be here? So you have a lot of unlearning to do. Because you've learned this over time. So you don't think that, do you know how to do somersault? Do you think it will be easier for him to learn how to somersault from this age? Because from younger till now, he did not do somersault. So don't always think that when you want to change your mindset, it will just, because it took time to build it. It will take time for you to break it down. Not even to rebuild it, to break it down. Because every time you're always going to catch yourself. Every single time you're always going to catch yourself. Till tomorrow, when I call some money to clients, I still catch myself trying to say, why should I bring that kind of money? And do you know why that is? My parents were civil servants, and they used to go to work Monday to Friday for 1 month. They will not make that kind of money that I make in one session. So I cannot justify why I would charge that amount of money for 1 hour. That is like maybe 4 months of my parents' salary that I used to go and drive their car and go every day. Even as I am. So I would, as I catch myself doing it, I'll call the master. I'm just trying to tell you that it's not easy for you to just make it. So when you acknowledge it that it's there, so we acknowledge that it's there, and I set up things like, okay, I need to come out of that mindset and grow a new mindset. So the goal is for you to now say, what is the limiting mindset first, right? Let me break it down. So if the limiting mindset is that money is always used to pay bills, so you know what? To break it down, I'm not going to use to pay bills. I'm going to open up any of these apps. And if you are buying MTN shares, I'll buy MTN shares. If you are buying UPS shares, I'll buy UPS shares. I'm not saying you should go to do Ponzi scheme. I'm saying shares in companies that really exist. So you're training yourself. There are people that don't have savings. Do you know that? They don't have savings. But they make a lot of money. Because that mindset is always telling you, spend, buy this, buy that. I should be like that. My wife said me with the help of God. I used to buy shoes like that. But I'll still wear a couple of them. Tell me, why should I have 35 pairs of sneakers? Is this good? It's a mindset. So it could have been from the fact that I loved how my parents used to buy me shoes when I was younger. So now I make my own money, I have to continue buying them. But I don't know why they were buying me. Maybe they were buying me because their parents did not buy them. So now they have money, they have to show us also show that they took it. But if they had used that money to buy me shares, me now would have been a trust fund kid. But they didn't know. So my job now is to, instead of me buying those sneakers that fit that my mindset, and now use to do something else, so that my child will not come thinking that having a wardrobe full of sneakers is how you get self-confident. Do you understand? So you start doing small things. You don't used to save money before. You start saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to save percentages of my money. What I don't like about saving is that when people say, I want to save 10,000, what happens the month you don't make 10,000? That means you won't save now. But the better way to do it is to say, I'm going to save 5%. There's 5% to 10 naira, and then 5% to 5 million. So you just say 5% of anything I earn, I keep that aside. And you try to grow that discipline. That's you forming a new mindset about money. It grows like that. There are people that say, people like me don't deserve those kind of things. Let me show you how we do it. If we are just chilling, and I'm telling you, yeah, let's just go to conference hotel and drink beer. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Yeah? So there are people that once you say that, their mind also say, that place, that beer will be 10,000. 10,000 grams, don't be so.
Yes,
They have spiraled. You understand? Like they have spiraled. So if I use that, I will not eat. If I don't eat, I might die. If I die, Within seconds, they have spiraled out. Mindset. There's another person that you say, let's go to that place. So why wouldn't we go to that place yesterday? Mindset. Because it's not about the money we spend there. Someone knows that I can go there and not even drink the beer. And you say, okay, give me one glass of water. But another person will think that if I drink water there, I'm poor. Mindset. So you need to acknowledge you first. And then put things in place. Because I wouldn't know if I don't talk deeply, which I cannot do here. I wouldn't know, okay, these are the things you're struggling with, right? These are the things you're struggling with. But if I want to recommend a book for you, the book is called, yeah, kids here, I cannot say. Well, the title of the book is not something I could say in front of kids, but that's the title of the book. Yeah. I'll say, let me write it so that it pass around, other people can see. Or give me your phone. Who has internet? Let me just type it so that they show you the cover of the book, you can just buy it. It's not for children. I don't know why the person named the book like that, but it's just what it is.
It is what it is.
What I'm saying here. But that book will change your life. But I can't say it here. Yeah. That's the book you should read.
Pass it, let us.
Don't say anything. Just look at it and you know why I said it.
I don't want to see it.
You cannot say it. I'll
You saw it?
They need to see it too.
It's a book that will change this. You now realize that, you know that prayer we always pray, every weapon fashioned against me. Sometimes you are the weapon.
They are fashioned against yourself.
You are fashioned, guy, you are the weapon fashioned against yourself. That's the mindset. Right? That's that of me. You are the weapon fashioned against. Do you know what it means to fashion? I think you guys don't know what that thing means. Do you know what fashion means? It means that the person has studied you, figure out your strength and your weakness, and then create something that will deal with your weaknesses. That's fashion. It's tailor made for you. You know when problem is tailored? It's tailor made for you. So sometimes your mindset, you are the weapon that is tailor made to go with you. That's why photographers will understand this one. The client will call you. So how much do you charge? You say, why are you welling? What's
what kind of event is this?
if they ask you what's your name, you say
I am.
that's not even the part that busts my head. You say it's okay. You know what? What's your budget?
Wow.
Budget K. That one's not even bad. This is the worst one. We have a package for 100,000, but we have another one for 50. In fact, there's one for 25. Who asked you? Because immediately you mention the 100, that weapon that is fashioned against you, slap your head. Takes you back to where he holds you captive. And people like you don't deserve to call that kind of money. They don't deserve to call that kind of money. Who are you? In your family, person not carried that money before. Are you a thief? Again, how we grew up. You know that time children are playing and say, I want to have 10 million naira. The parents will say, shut up!
Shut up.
Where do you want to steal the money from? It's imagination, and you're saying they're stealing it. So we can't even imagine. You know, it's bad that even in your imagination, you still poor.
The example.
Even like in your even in the dream, that is free. That is free. Because when you used to try as a kid to do it, they say, shut up, man. Who have you seen in this family that have done that? Who in this family have driven car before? Say, I will drive car too. Are you mad? Where you want to see the car? But you don't know that sowing those seeds. And as you grow, the seed is now a tree. When you were younger, the seeds were just normal plants. Now, once you cross 20, it's a big tree. It will be hard for you to pull it down. So every time you call a certain amount of money, that thing slaps the back of your head. Bam! I can go back to 15,000. You man. So you need to acknowledge that. You say, yes, people in my family did not make it. This kind of money. They did not. Me, I told you here now. I said my dad retired, highest in the office in same things, bro. But what I do in 1 hour, my fee for 1 hour.
That is amazing.
So I'm like, I don't deserve it. But I need to remind every time I think about it, I need to remind myself, you are not your father. You should be better than your father. Whatever they did, you should do times 10 because you are their son. You don't just stand here, you're standing on their shoulders. So you're not them. That's the thing you need to understand. You're not your parents. In fact, you are standing on their shoulders. So it's terrible for you to stand on their shoulders and you want to do the things that held them back. they did all of those hard work so that you can stand on their shoulder and do something better. So every time you want to find yourself in that place, tell yourself you're not them. Poverty, me and you. We know we cannot go. Do you understand? Stop being the weapon. And the last part of the mindset is that if you have a lot of money, which I told you, if you see someone doing something for a lot of money, go and pay for it. There's an amount of money I did not charge until I paid my financial coach in 2021, 5 million naira. Immediately I transferred that money from my account into her account. It's like she transferred audacity to me. You know, there is a transaction. I gave her money. She didn't say anything. Audacity entered my body. So I told myself, if I can give a person 5M, are you mad? I am not your brother. I was telling him this morning. Someone said, because he saw me, I'm here with my guy. He said he wants to take me to Canada. I told him the price. He said, that's too much. I said, I didn't come to you now. You came to me. And that is the price. Audacity. But if I didn't pay that 5, who does the audacity? Didn't you hear at the beginning when I said that someone bargained for 100K per look for me? I was too happy because I would have done it for 80K or less. So now, you see my invoice. Your question. Does that work?
You actually have 2 questions, and you've actually tried into one of the questions. So I'll start from. I wanted to make it the last. Okay. Because I've actually tried into it, I'll make it first. And because actually, I can see maybe I'm the youngest among everybody still. And this thing I find where, how do you charge right? Because sometimes people come to you and you see your job, things like that. Even at this little I am, some people like, you are doing well, things like that. Events like this, and sometimes I feel like, before I should have tried this. Even when I'm doing the event, they're like, you've done well about things like that. I'm like, I should have tried more like this. That's number 1. Number 2, when you're talking about you being a documentary photographer, I think I tell into something like that because I'm a line member and I can see 80% of my work towards Lions Club project. And I think that is where I feel like I have the grant because I'm well known, and because of that, I tend to get. So my question is this: how do you navigate? Okay, I go to projects, events like that for Lions Club, and some of the members that see what I do, they feel like, okay, they want to come in for another event outside, and I feel like I'm kind of safe in this grant and in this grant. And if you say no today, you feel like putting Beraga because I tend to be the personal photographer to the district of which is the number 1. You feel like because it's close to this now, Beraga, and they tend to say like, okay, like last time someone mentioned like he saw my events, he saw my pictures and wanted to pick me up and pick me up as his married photographer. And kind of like, can I do it? How do you navigate in that kind of scenario?
Okay, let me start with the first one. Which one is how do you know what to charge? The right price.
Thank you.
You go to the market. You buy groundnut, 1 derica. You come back. You on your gas or you firewood. You put your stove on it. You put sand and you fry your groundnut. After frying the groundnut, take it out, peel it, put it inside a bottle, or put inside a nylon paper bag, and you tie it. And you take it, put it inside on your head, you start working, you sell, or you keep it in a place that you supply. You bought the 1 derica of groundnut for, let's say, 1,200 naira. After frying it and packaging it, you sell it for 1,200 naira. Is that profit? So first off, you need to know the costs of doing your business. First thing first. That's like the lowest space. So if I know that, how do you know the cost of doing business photography? Whether I am the owner of the camera or I'm not, I rent my camera every time someone hires me. That's me. And because that's the money I use in buying gear. So how much do you rent my camera? I write it down. It comes with the lens now. What again would I do with this thing? Studio space. How much do they rent studio space? I write it down. How much do they do retouch? You know, retouch and everything is the same thing. How much do they do retouch? I multiply the number that they want, write it down, and make my sum total. So if the total of that is 35,000, and you're charging 35,000 naira, when you come here and look at you, you're charging 35,000 naira to do that work. Are you profiting?
No.
But that in itself is the lowest rung of charging. Here. Nobody makes money there. Here. That is survival. If you're trying to make sure that after buying your groundnut for 1.2, you want to sell it for 1.7, you see what you sell it groundnut. I'm going to make money. So you need to figure out, how can I buy groundnut for 1.2? Find a value equation. We have three forms of value. We have the use value, we have the exchange value, and we have the symbolic value. What I just mentioned, that first one, is the use value of a thing. Nobody pays premium for it. So you are not afraid to say this is the price. Again, that's the mindset thing too. So you need to think about it. As I'm starting out in that space now, okay, this is the cost to do my business. I can take it for 100. So you know that if no matter what someone wants to pay you, the person should not pay you below 85 if you want to be profitable. So the person can bargain, but you can't bargain and enter this side. Do you understand now? So that's the base for it. But the best place is for you to get reputation so that people can pay you for you. Then they don't pay you for the pictures. They hire you because this is you. That's what the second one is, how do you think the documentary part? Yeah. Say the question again.
Basically, I work for the Lions Club and I do more of the project and events. Yeah. And some of the members, they actually like what I do. So they want me to maybe birthday programs, events outside the Lions Club. And so I feel like sometimes I'm not safe. And if I have to turn it down, there are people that actually recommended me to be like, we recommended, I think we recommend, we turn it at things like, so how do you balance?
So it's not a bad thing. I want you to understand that part. In fact, there are people who know that you turn that kind of job is good, it's a good thing. Because that's what we call branding. It's called brand positioning. I don't do this, I do this. So one of the things you should do is that every time you want to turn somebody down, you need to also educate them on what you do. So that they don't continue to recommend you for the things you don't do. Or you can start another business by the side that caters to those people. A businessman. I'm a businessman. What does it take? You go photographer, hire them for a day. What's the cost? Hire this one for a day. So if you want two photographers, how much is it for a day? You calculate that. You calculate the money that you use to edit the picture, and then you put your money on top. This is how much you're going to pay for it. You pay them, they do the job, you deliver. That's business. It's business. So you don't turn anybody down. But you can say that it will hurt at the end. So the right words to use is that you know a company that you can recommend. They used to work there. That's the best use of English. Oh, I know it. I used to work there. They are really good at it, but it's your home. Just register the company, set up so that the account is an official account in the company. So you can still keep you for the things that you want to be known for. While the other business runs those other ones that you don't want to be known for, but still need money. Because at the end of the day, that one can be taking care of hunger. So that you can now deal with these ones. Because like I said, you need to take care of hunger. Because before hunger comes, they drag you for more. Any question? Do you have a question? To you. What do you want to be when you grow up? Yes. What? You want to be a doctor. What kind of doctor? The one that put the braces on your teeth? You don't like that one? Don't like them? The orthodontist that put that thing in your mouth. So that's the word I was looking for, orthodontist. You don't like, was it painful? It is painful. It is painful, my boy. That's why they say I should come for it, I'm not coming. But you know what? After the pain comes your great dentition. Nobody will remember the pain when you do that close-up smile. So what kind of doctor do you want to be? Okay, you want to do robotic medicine. This guy's in the future.
Robotic medicine?
Yeah, you guys are in the past. It's in the future. That's impressive. What's your name? Nice to meet you. Dog. Can I call you that, yes? That's good. What do you want to be? A pilot. See? People that they know what they want. There's money here, there's money there. Their parents are going to make money.
There's money,
Any question?
I have a question.
You still worried? You're confused.
Yeah, it's still hard. I've once had a conversation with you, probably I was still sending errors.
Oh, no, that one is crazy. But no problem, I'm here. Well, ask your question though, because when people ask questions, my head opens up a bit before now goes down. You need to set up that second company.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like,
you open my
don't think about it, set it up. Like you're losing revenue.
I think last month I lost like 2 clients.
They were not your client, you didn't have a business. Now you have a business. See, there's something you need to understand in life. You need to get the money. It's important. Now you're thinking that you're the only one they are referring. Soon enough, they will not come to you again. Now that they are here, build a business out of it. And when you build a business, look at it, you're not only empowering yourself, now you're empowering a photographer, you're empowering another photographer. Because every other time you have 1 or 2 photographers you're using. So instead of them just staying in their houses, they have money, pursue you, and you don't have to do anything. You want to do picture? Let me do it. So that, you know that picture, you can carry my microphone. Take the picture. So let me post one.
Yes, sir.
If this picture don't come right, I don't see the picture of the guy.
Don't lose composure.
Let me stand this way. Come and take the picture. I want to change my TV. I smell not finished. Yeah. So yeah, just,
Yes, sir. So,
you not ask for a question.
about the lecture to music.
I used to run a record label before.
You want to?
I've lost money inside that. I've lost my money inside that thing. So I know what it takes. So you can ask your question. So I'm not going to talk like I was on radio, I did TV, I invested in real estate, did that music business. So I know what it takes. So yes.
So now, this is in relation to we aspiring. Because presently, so for me, I'm doing well in my own way. But this question is like for everybody in the group that are like starting off one way or the other.
Yeah.
How? Because now it is, how would I put it in English? It is certain that it is a relationship that makes someone go far.
Yes.
That's the association. Step around. And on starting, like what happened to me when my boss had to travel out, I had a whole lot of training for almost 2 years. Because it's just the only person I got to know, I know in this field. Yeah. And funniest part, when his traveling was, when he was sent to travel, he got he is a wedding photographer, major wedding photographer. And funniest part, I shoot his weddings. What he focuses on for the weddings is just videos. But he does the editing and all. So when he was going, a wedding came in for him, and the person was like, "It is you I want." And I was like, "No, this person I'm referring to is the person that shoots my wedding." Like, no. So that is where I can refer that to where you were talking about, no, it is best that shot the wedding. No, it is, I can postpone my wedding because I need that photographer to come. Like the person was, I don't care whether I was one that shoots the wedding you go for. I just want
I won't do.
And God knows He wants him. I was still the one to shoot. You just do videos. So I was unable to. So I was thinking, okay, maybe we go jobs to come from him, but this is just him. They want. Now we are just trying now to strive. How do we make it easier for ourselves? What should we look out for in association that will not cut us short at this level that we are just starting from? Because like I'm pretty sure, like you said, it's not all association that is meant for us. So what should we look out for? What are the things that we need to be thorough?
Okay, let me use this as an example. So I want to be very clear on the question. Are you referring to working for somebody?
No, not
Or are you referring to getting close to the person? So I want to do that.
and working for somebody, and from there you start writing.
So it's a good thing, and it's also a downside to it. Let me tell you the good part. The good part is that you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to make photographs. You're going to learn how to talk to clients. You're going to learn how to do business. You're going to learn how to carry yourself, right? But the bad part is that most of the time you're always going to be in the shadow of the other person. That's the bad part. And if you're not intentional about coming out of the shadow of the other person, that might be the end of that business. Because people will always prefer the person that they know to you, right? So one thing you need to understand first is learn the person, support the person as much as you can support the person. But also know that you are an individual. Let me say it again. If the person wants you to make pictures, you are like you said, you want to always photograph the wedding, use the opportunity and photograph the wedding. Learn, perfect your eye to see things. Perfect how you see colors, how you see light, how you see framing, composition. Use the opportunity to do that. But don't in your mind think that because you're working for your boss, they will not hire you. You'll be in his shadow. For you to come out of his shadow, you need to do something that doesn't look like what you guys used to do. I'm not saying if you guys used to do it, don't come shoot it. I'm saying you need to find something that will now be distinct. So that if they put the two together, it's not the same thing. For example, if you photograph somebody for a while, if you photograph for me, for example, I have like a processes of my short list. So you don't photograph what is in your head. You actually photograph what I want. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's how you photograph. So you can go ahead and when you want to start your own, you photograph it. So what I always tell people is that if you work for a boss, if you say you should work 5 years or whatever it is, finish it, tell him thank you, collect your father's blessings, and ball. Anytime he needs you, you can go back and support the person. But ball, what I mean ball is that stand as you. Standing as you means branding yourself as you. Means crafting your messaging as you. It means selling to a different people, a different value as you. So that way people cannot associate you with the person. That my mentor that I said, there was a time Aham told me that my pictures, he was actually like, you know when someone wants to applaud you for what you do, he said, my pictures are really great. It looks like my mentor's work. Immediately he said that, my head blocked out. Because that's the least thing I want to do. I don't want to be him. Maybe all this while I don't see it. But immediately Am told me that, like, you're good now, like you're walking. I knew that was the time to come out of the shadow, because if I continue in that lane, nobody will see me. So I asked myself, what are the things that I'm doing that looks like this guy's work? Took myself out of it. So now you can see my work, you can see his work. There are two different works. So most of the time, why most people can't get out of that part is because soon enough the work resembles impossible work. And which brings me to the part that I don't always like people buying presets. That's the part I don't like. Because what you're doing with buying presets is that you are making the person that has the preset popular. And the person will now become of high value because more people want that kind of picture. You're now in the fake picture of him. So, you don't want to be the fake picture of him. Find the interaction you want to do, find your style, market yourself like that. But also, like I said, don't support him, but know that you're not the same. Don't expect his client to come to you. Don't go and steal his client either. Don't market to his client. Don't go for them. If you know that your boss works with this guy and the client comes to you, tell them to go and talk to your boss. Even when you're not with your boss again, let them go and talk to you. I don't want to take it on my bosses. I don't care. I want my set of people. Do you understand? So, but you will not be able to stand out if you don't really want to like create a pathway. And most people think that working for the boss is the easiest way to get to the top, right? But that's the most difficult way to get to the top. Because right now you're looking like somebody else. And once you look like somebody else, no one will pay you for your pay because you're always on the original. Even when you're the one making the original. But it's not you that they want. So they want the original. So once you want to create your part and say, if you look at beige picture, it's different. If you look at John Roda, it's different. You look at Big Age, it's different. Tosin Junai, it's different. Right? Look at Emmanuel Yeleke, he's a fashion photographer. Uncle Kelechi is a fashion photographer. But when you look at the picture, this is the same thing. Do you understand now? We can do the same thing. We can be in the same space, genre, but we do different things. So lean into the things that makes you different. Mine was always creating a lot of texture on my photograph. That was me. Till tomorrow, nobody will create texture like me. I always tell you, this bring it. I don't use clarity tool to do my texture. But if you see my photograph, you can touch the skin. So, little by little, I figure out that I like texture, I like shadows. I put it to my work. But my boss doesn't like texture, he likes shadows. So, because I like shadows, so you really see that. Oh, that was why I was saying my work was looking like this work. But I needed to make sure I take that out. So embrace the texture part. Where we're trying to do frequency separation, custom draw, and never touch it. So you need to find something that's unique to you. First, people will not like it. I used to up my texture. Soon enough, everybody started copying. You need to see your community photographers in Nigeria using their clarity. Everyone wants to make the thing. You can't have it with clarity. It's not a point of money I show you. You don't have it. So you need to use that, identify yourself, lean into it. Like lean in heavy. So if you like colors, you need to show in your work. I always tell people, for you to be a great photographer, have a focal length that you shoot at. That's the best way for someone to recognize you. I'm not sure there's, not bragging, but I'm not sure there's a photographer that shoots 85 times. See 85 times? Yeah. I'm not sure for this country. This is not me bragging. Because I've shot that lens. I have the 1.1. I've shot all the f-stop on that lens. Like, I know that lens like I know my name. So that's my own. Once I want to do my signature look, I own my 85. So everybody should have a signature look. If you look at Page, his signature look is 50 mm. Everybody should have this. Like, forget the colors. You need to have a different way of seeing things. You can be someone that sees things with a 35. You can see things with something to 200. But between the 70 to 200, there's a different length. What focal length are you putting on? Is it a 200? Is it a 75? You need to choose what you're seeing. And the thing is, you continue to see how you see. You associate your work to it. There are people that shoot 24 mm. That's how they see. You need to think about it. Once you create your unique, because nobody will see the way you see. You carry all of us like this to a village to make documentary photographs. My photograph will want to do. Because how I see is different from how you see. And now, how I see with my 85. Because, first of all, I always see everything with 85. Even as I'm sitting down here, I'm only seeing 85. You can really see me see a picture with 24, like a full frame like this. I don't see those kind of pictures. But you see photographers that, like Bernard sees with a 24. Like he can put everybody in this room into frames with that 24. And you'll be thinking, is it that same room that I was in? How did he? Do you understand? You need to find your strength, how you see. Because that's one thing that will differentiate you. Colors will not. Once you figure out how you see, people can now say that this particular picture doesn't look like yours. And you lean into it. How would you lean into it? People always don't like it when you start. So what I used to do is that whenever I photograph for clients, I will put my picture. I will put my style. Like I will impose my style. So when I'm posting pictures for the clients, I'm not posting the ones that are my style. Once I shoot, I'll give the clients their work. But the one I post is my style. Soon enough, people will screenshotting my own style to give it to people. But what most people will do is that they want to lean it to be like everybody. I mean to see many photographers, all their pictures are facing. Same focal length, same color grading, same framing. You just see beige compose a woman inside this door. The next wedding, everybody is photographing the bride into the door. Guy, can't you just learn to see? If not, your boss will always win. So don't be afraid. It's fright that is always causing us. Don't be afraid. Give the client what they want to that first time, but make sure you create frames for you. Soon enough, people want you to create that one. And if they don't want, no problem. Keep creating for them, or create your own and post on your page. Yes.
So I want to ask, how different question? Okay, question one. How do we get more creative? Like, how do we overcome creative blocks?
There's nothing like creative block. I'm telling you the truth. There's nothing like creative block. Do you have creative block? We do. Do you? That point where you feel like, let me tell you what creative block is. Do you have thinking block?
I just show down sometimes.
You know you are tired, you are exhausted.
Let me tell you what creative block is. In simple terms, you know, as creative people, our work is, we make our work to feel like it's an extension of us. We are creators, right? So what we create is an extension of us. So that means it's us. We are afraid that people will not receive it the way we want it. So when you are afraid that people will not receive it, or you're not sure of the result, the outcome, you stop doing it. You say you're having grit. No, you're not having grit. You are afraid of the outcome. Because most creatives, if you want to do a shoot right now, if you plan a shoot right now, you are thinking about how people receive your work on Instagram. True or false? True. Do you not see it? See where the problem now lies? You're not even thinking about the work itself. You're worried about the outcome. And if you don't think that it's not what we want to be wanted, you say, it's not work. Who told you? Have you tried it? It's because you have not tried something. So we are afraid. And when we are afraid for a long time, we call it quitting. What are we doctor? I don't people always say that I feel like that sometimes, but I also know that I'm afraid. I call it for what it is. I'm afraid. Afraid that it will not work. Afraid that I will not, people will not like it. Afraid that I might not execute my vision the way I want it. Because think about for your work, why do you think that you have creative work? Because you're thinking about an idea that you think that someone has not done it before. And now your mind is telling you, they like it. Will you work? What would this guy say? You're thinking about the outcome, not necessarily the thing. So forget about the outcome. Right now, this year I said that I will do every Friday I will post a YouTube video. I don't care whether someone watches it, someone does not watch it. It has 200 views, it has 1,000 views, 10,000 views. That's all I'm saying. Success is at the end of this year, we have posted 52 YouTube videos. That's it. Once I tell myself that, like yesterday was Friday, right? The YouTube video that was yesterday, I recorded it on Thursday. Like all through Monday, I don't do anything. I don't do it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening, for something, I recorded that one. I cut it, uploaded it, put it in private. Friday morning, everybody saw it. I'm not recording the one for this Friday yet. I'm not going to record this yet. So, do you know what I'm saying? There's something like, because I've taken away the matrix. The thing that was worrying me about the matrix out of it. Now I'm not worried about the matrix. So if you have an idea for your client, don't think about it. Don't think about the result. Because for you, it's about matrix. So, like, if you were doing PR for this event, you'd be thinking to give posting the feedback, like, how many people saw it on Instagram, how many people did it reach for this one, how many people did it. I think sometimes you need to think about it from this way. There's something that we call brand marketing. You know, for brand marketing, you're doing your marketing equity. So it's not tangible. So you cannot really say that because 300 people saw it, that it will sell to 300 people. It doesn't work that way. You are more worried about how can I continually sustain this messaging over a long period of time, so that somebody, someday in the future, when things about this kind of thing, can associate us with it, and then easily make the decision easier to hire us. Can you quantify that? You cannot. So, every time you want to think about those numbers, for those who you want to think about numbers, do the things that will bring those numbers so you can validate for your time. But when you're trying out the new things that is in your head, think about it, sell it to the client as you say you're selling brand equity. Because with brand equity, there's no measurement. How do you measure it? Yeah. So once you give yourself that freedom that it is brand equity that are marketing, it now means that whether it is one person it goes to, doesn't matter. But the question is, without one person, has it entered the person? So don't think about one person. No. Nothing's blocking us. Any other questions? Yes, let's talk to you. Since shall I talk to you? What kind of music do you want to play? Sit down, please. Everybody, sit down, sit down, sit down. What kind of music do you want to do?
Actually, I
In the past. So what do you want to do now?
I was planning
You want to start a content creation class? For you, so you create content now?
Yeah, I was doing it before, but I'm planning to start basically. So
Health education.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I actually discovered a passion within a space of 3 months I spent actually. So before I actually like taking pictures. I just love taking pictures of maybe plants, anything, plants, flowers.
Yeah.
So while during my stay at Sales I discovered that I love plants. I just love taking pictures of them. And so 3 days ago, I was feeling feverish, and someone spoke to me about one particular plant that works for fever. So I actually took it and I prepared it, and it works for me. So I was like, wow, this sounds like this looks good. I can actually start certification for plants, and I can as well go into photography, like taking pictures of them and writing on them. So I'm actually I don't really know how to start the program, but it's about the content and program. I'm perfectly working on it.
What's the outcome?
Yeah,
What's your-
I've not posted
No, what's your outcome? What do you want to get out of it?
out of it. Okay, I want to open the eyes of people on some of the plants we neglect. As if they are not important. They should see the use and the health benefits.
That's for those people. What's in it for you?
Well, I think that I just understand. I don't know yet.
No, you have to know something.
Okay.
What do you want out of it?
Okay, I feel that it's my best point. Maybe when I measure you or plant to do like plant to do maybe I have you need to go out and take pictures of these plants.
Why are you not talking about money in all of this?
You know how to get money. She know
See what I was talking about, that mindset thing.
It's doing NGO.
You're like, I'm still giving you opportunities to talk about money, and you're still dodging it. Still dodging
He
it.
said she doesn't want to say that.
Okay, that's what he said.
No, sir.
Maybe she didn't want to cry.
I can't take the idea.
You don't want to make money.
No, it's
Let me tell you something about ideas. Let me tell you something about ideas.
Promise.
Nobody will see your idea. There's something you don't know. Whatever your idea is right now, it's been given to 1,000 more people. 1,000 more. There's an idea I was talking to my wife about. Just a few days ago on the internet, I saw something, I connected, I said, oh, this lady looks like someone that is very creative. And I went through her page. 73 weeks ago, she had executed that idea I want to execute. Oh. So you now say, oh, still idea again. I did not even know that. Like she's not even Nigerian, do you understand? She executed the idea 73 weeks ago and passed. That's more than 1 year now. See, idea is cheap. Because God grants all of us
Yes, sir.
ideas. As it drops in your heart, it drops in another person's heart. But what makes it different is implementation. Nobody can implement it like you. And nobody can implement it like me, because there are different nuances, like how I grow up, how I see the world, how I see things. That will affect how I implement that idea. So don't forget, nobody will steal your idea. Nobody. If I let them steal it, I'm not always afraid of people stealing my idea. Steal it. So that by the time I do my own videos, they will know the one that was fake.
Yes, sir.
I'm worried about implementation. That's me. If I realize that I cannot implement that idea, I'm not going to do it. So don't worry about it. I want to know how you're going to make money. Let me tell you why I want to know why you're going to make money. All of this. If you ask the mixologist, it's not a mega drink, that's what they call it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
She will tell you that she loves it, she loves to do it, she's passionate about it, but the end goal is that she wants to make money.
Yes, sir.
And she knows, sorry,
He's attending to it.
yeah. And she knows exactly how she wants to make the money. Me, speaking here, people pay me a lot of money for it. Do you understand? And I know exactly how I want to make money from it. So before I even started speaking, I knew that I want to make money from this thing. So everything I would do leading up to it leads up to you paying me the money. That's why I say I'm passionate about money. So don't talk about passion. You were here from the beginning. When with me, don't talk about passion. I want to know, because let's say you want to, let's say your parents sell a book, then I'm with you if you want to do that content. Because at the end of the day, you have a product to sell. Do you people sell that book? Then why am I? Do you understand what I'm saying? I need to create content in such a way that I know that the end product of all of this is for me to sell something. So why am I, all my thinking process, I don't include money. That is why at the end of the day, when it's now time to monetize, you don't know how to monetize. Because when you were thinking through the process, you left out the money part. You always need to think about the money part. Because once you think about the money part, it will make you think about maybe that idea will not work that way. Because, for example, not that I'm bashing your idea, I'll recreate it now for you, I'll show you something. You said, okay, someone told me that the plant can do this and do that. I try it out and it works. So now I want to create content showing people plants that can work. I can do that. Do you know that? My BSc is in biochemistry. I did phytochemical analysis for my project. My MSc is phytochemical analysis. I know a lot of Nigerian plants that can cure malaria, typhoid, treat diabetes. But do I want to do it? I don't have a final product that I can sell. Because what you do with education is you educate. Let's use appropriate doctor for example. You educate, but it's a final product. Which is, it does the show, people come. It gets endorsement deals. There is a monetization process behind it. Don't allow anybody to lie to you. Do you understand? They say, let me stand up for this one. They say, oh, this person on Instagram, he does cooking videos. The goal of cooking videos on Instagram is not so that you go and buy their food. They're not looking for you. They're looking for Maggi, Onga, Dangote brand. That's what they are looking for, not you. So when you're thinking about any content in your mind, don't skip the money part.
Yes, sir.
When I do all of this, I do 1, 2, 3. Will it lead to this money? Will it? So rethinking. Rethinking. I started photography, teaching photography on Twitter in 2019, 2019. Very motivated. I used to call people. This clarity session I used to do. I do now and I call a lot of money for it. Me, I used to use my call credit. I call people for 2 hours and give them sessions for free. Me. But do you know what I was doing there? I was building reputation because towards the end, I'm going to pay for it. If there's no monetization in between, I'm not doing it though. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Something has to be. The only thing I do for free, is use my photography and give water to communities that don't have water. That's all. That's my giving back to society. Anything outside that you have to pay me. So that's your idea. Think about it. Or you now say, okay, if I build this audience, I can sell it to cocoa cleanser people. Okay, that's nice. Cocoa cleanser will be my people. How much can those people they live selling on the market to come and sell me? How would I? You understand? You need to think about that money part because how you see your passion when hunger comes. You understand? It's the same thing with the music. It's the same thing with photography, film. People will say, I love photography, they do it for fun. Okay, do it for fun. Do you know how much a camera is? You want to do it for fun. It's possible. So everything should lead up to. If not, you are just playing around. I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's a harsh reality. Do you understand? So don't think about, not everything that looks good or feels good or sounds good or you're passionate about, you should make content about, because content is about time. You would think that you're not investing it because it's not money. Time is your biggest resource. You can't have it back. Right? If you're 18 today, next year, today, you'll not be 18 again. So you can't have that one back. So always think like that. So someone has to pay me back. So I think through it before I even start it. So think about, I'm content creator. Ask the people that sell those, what do you call that thing? That do these herbs and all of that. So you want to sell on the internet, right? Just ask. If you sell on the internet, what commission will you give to the person? Because that's the product. Or will you go and do it? You see that way, you can do it, but you need a lot of that. So you need to think about that. Because if you have all of that locked down, I'll show you step by step things you should do. In fact, you will not be on Instagram. Your market is on TikTok. What's Instagram? Instagram for what? TikTok, and you sell. Because you just put the product on your TikTok store. How are you saying? You need to always know how you want to monetize it. If not, if you're not talking, you don't talk to me. So you want to plan, you think about it. Think and think money. Right? How are you going to survive? How do you want to survive? Yeah, the crew, people who don't have questions, crew members. This crew member doesn't have questions. The crew member, they don't have question.
Yeah. It's really not present. They will pay to ask.
Great.
They will pay to ask. Wow.
So create content like you want to make money out of it. If it's not going to make it. Oh, you think all those people that dance on the internet, they dance for free? They have an idea how they want to monetize this. Even the people that are doing immorality there, they have an exact idea how they want to monetize it. So if you now want to do a normal thing, you should have an idea of how to pay you. Because you use your phone, Abi. What will you use in question? You buy microphone, Abi. Oh, you don't want the audio to sound well? Oh, you have it. The dash show you want it. Okay. So when that one's paused, what will you do? You buy another one. You which money? So guys, I think there's no other question. So thank you guys for the session. Don't be afraid. That's the last thing I would say. Don't be afraid. What's the worst that can happen? That's the worst that can happen. They reject you. And that's why I want to end with that. You need to understand that you are not your work. This is your work. This is you. If you say my work is not good enough, doesn't mean I'm not good enough. Someone said on the internet the other day that I've been loved enough to know that I don't need your love. Yes, so I have a lot of love to know that I don't need yours. So if you... Okay.
You're doing well.
You're doing well. If you say that my work is not good, I just say it's not for you. You say my work is not good. There are two people that will say my work is not good. Then I will look at my work again and look at myself. One, the person I consider as my mentor. Two, the person I did the work for. How are you? If I did not do the work for you, that means you didn't pay me. And you're not directly my mentor. Because the reason I talk to my mentor is that I will give my mentor every detail of the experience. Oh, I did not have this lens, that's why I use this lens. All of those kind of details. And you now say, okay, using your available gear, you did well or you did not do well, you have used that gear better. Good. But if you're not that person, and you're not the person that paid the money, I cannot hear you. I'm deaf. I'm not at home. So learn to know that your work is for you. You're not your work. And also learn to know that there are people on this internet they want to throw you. They just hate you, they just want to throw you, that's what I'm saying. In as much as all the help that I've helped people in this life, do you know they still throw me? It's not even fun. A few days ago, someone wanted to relocate. I wanted to sell gear. They will not give me commission. You just said, Mayor, I want to relocate, I don't have money, I want to sell my gear. Please post. All I did was to carry the president's thing and post. People weren't supposed to talk to me. They abused me. So I knew that it wasn't because of the guy post. They had in mind saying they will abuse me on one day. So now they had the opportunity. And me, I'm very petty. I searched for all of them, wrote their names out, blocked them on Twitter, go to Instagram, blocked all of them, go to my YouTube, blocked all of them. You cannot abuse me and still learn from me for free. It cannot happen. And I will make sure that they cannot come for any of my workshops. Me, I'm petty. Because it didn't work. I'm not the seller. But these people abuse me. You saw it now. I was shocked, but I knew. I'm saying that to say that there are people that are waiting to abuse you. Just know it. Because they feel that you are better than them. or you're doing better than them, whatever their things, don't allow them to stop you from doing those things. And at the end of the day, it is God that leads men. Do not ever forget that. God is the one. He said, I'm the one that carried the poor from the dust and set them to sit with kings. Him, not you. And him will carry you. Your job is simple. As I end, this is my pastoral journey. Your job is simple. Do your part. Because God will not recommend mediocrity. Do your part. And then tell him, you know we are partners. I don't do my part. Do your part. And allow him to take you to places that you never imagine you'll get. So my hope is that God will change your life. And through you, your family's life will be changed. You will not just be a blessing to you alone, you'll be a blessing to them. And photography, this business will change your life, whatever business it is. Filmmaking, PR work. I pray that God opens doors for you. And raise people to mention your names in rooms you cannot enter. Amen. And I pass my grace to you. You don't understand. 2018, nobody knew me. Nobody. 2019, everybody you know knew who I was. It's not the hard work alone, my guy. So I pass some of those, I pass that grace to you. Amen. The people that don't know you today, next year, this time, they will know who you are. Amen. They will need what you have. Amen. And you will have the courage to ask for more. Amen. You have the courage to receive more. Amen. That you will not block your blessings. Amen. You will not stand in the way of your lifting. Amen. That every other thing that holds people back will not hold you back. Amen. Will not hold you back. Amen. And God will do that to glorify His name, not you. Amen. So that when people see you, they will see God in your life. Amen. My prayer is that as I am standing here to speak these things to you, when it happens for you, you go and speak to other people. Amen. And their lives will change. Amen. God bless you, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. How many of us are happy to be here today? I did not regret my 10,000. It is small compared to what I've gotten today. How many of us believe so?
Me too.
Sir, thank you so much. I pray to be able to repeat this film.
Pay it forward.
I should pay it forward. Okay, I should pay it forward. Like I was saying when we started the program, I received this idea for this program. I was on a documentary trip in Abuja, that was in January. And I was just, immediately I received it, I started designing flyers, straight car. And I was discussing with the people inside the car, my wife, Afyonga, and one of my colleagues. And everybody was into like, cool, it's fine. Immediately I sent to him, I sent to my man of God. So that's their dad.
Okay.
Yes. Reverend Tadia Rebili. And to think in my line of life, if I want to mention people that have been of help to me, there is no way their names, both of their names is going to stand in top two. So I sent the flyer to them, and Mayor, I don't know whether Mayor thought about it or he didn't think about it. The next thing they said is I'm guilty, like how now? So I read through what I wrote first. I sent to Reverend also, it was like, this is beautiful. I am still in the phase of thinking, and the next thing was telling me, hey, we need to redo that flyer, we need to do this, we need to do that. Like, sir, can you please calm down? And to think I have had the opportunity to do some things before, and because I didn't tell anybody, so just that. But because I've told these two people, I cannot say no. Sir, this is me telling you, this is April 12th. As March 30th, I have just one person that I've registered. No, one person that I've paid. And at home with my wife and everybody was looking like, I was happy, I was told everybody. When I now told them the reason for my happiness that one person has paid, the budget was 20 people. And just one person that somebody can deem it fit, can think of this program worthwhile and do something right. Sir, thank you, sir. I'm pretty sure if it were not because I have told my people that I have told, let me just cancel. But the preparation that went into this thing is, and to imagine all this week, Mayor is posting on Twitter and Instagram before I go about my own program. Sir, thank you for investing in me. Like you said, sir, I'm going to pay it forward. This is me telling everybody, you are going to have to thank Mayor because he did not collect anything from me. And it's the FPO. I know if I want to pay Mayor, it just takes like 3 months just to do a great job. I got that one also. But sir, I really appreciate you, sir. Like, I really appreciate you. I do not take this for granted. I do not take this for granted. And everybody that came to, I'm hopeful that you are going on with a whole lot of things. I started mentorship with Mayor, that's 2 years ago, 2023. Since then, I have not regretted knowing Mayor. The impact I have made on myself in this field. I sat down one day and I was discussing with my wife. Okay, there was a time we met my dad and I was like, sir, why did you take your car from home? He was like, it has more minor fault. And repair it now, how much is it? 10,000 naira. Sir, should I send you money? If you send it, I will do this. You don't want school fees. I'm like, can you much? And we got home and I sat down, I was like, wait. Because me and my dad were this close, he has told me how much his salary is. And I was sitting with him and I was like, wait. What I make in 3 months is more than what my daddy makes in 2 years. It is not because of anything, but it's because of having shoulders to lean on, having people to share their knowledge with you, and helps you not make the mistake they have made, and helps you scale. I hope we'll be able to do more of this. And with what has happened today, I am putting it out to everybody that there's going to be Creative Discourse 2.0. But when? Thank you for it. Thank you so much. So before we go, I want you to meet 1 or 2 persons, know their name, know what they do. Your next big break can be coming from this room. You never can tell. I am Ola'osebikan. I am the creative director of Ola'osebikan Enterprise. Ola'osebikan Pixels deals with media. Ola'osebikan Enterprise deals with printing and souvenirs. So where media is coming from, don't let hunger. And you know, most times before you get 1 gig, it takes a lot of time. So you need something else doing as a media person, because if hunger, you go and collect 10,000 job. So, but when you have something else doing that is feeding you daily, you'll be able to stand your ground and tell that person, no, my pay is this, and if you are not paying, please move. You can even advise the person. I have somebody, a colleague, that can do it at that price that I need. And you know the funniest part? That same colleague can pay it forward. And somebody brings a job that looks big, like, don't worry, I have somebody that can do this for you. But as long as you are stable on one part And you know media geek now, photography geek. I want to be like my guy when he grows up. When I grow up, I was telling my wife one day and my people at home, and they were like, hey, Mayor. Like, then I told them, Mayor collects like, just like 4, 5, 6 documentary gigs per year. And that's all for the year.
This year, I'm not going anywhere.
And my guy is going on internet break for the next 1 month from April 19th. So meaning there's no job for him. So to think for him, learning from him is a big deal for me because when Mama was pregnant, when Mama gave birth, that was like 2 years. Mayor did not do anything. He didn't shoot, he didn't do anything, he was at home. Meaning that is God. So tell me why I don't want to become that kind of person when I grow up. So I'm trying to do it. So meet the person beside you, know their names, connect. Let it make sense. Aside, I had Mayor say this, I had Mayor say that. Let it be in history that I met this person does this, and you can connect. So as we'll be serving our snacks before we go. So in the next 10 minutes, okay, sir. Definitely. Before we go, we are going to have
That business started in this place.
we are going to have a group.
Hire that photographer in this place.
I was even about to discuss with him.
Correct. I like you.
I started that business here. Now I'm invested.
You see?
Started.
Can I be invested? Yes, sir. Better I need money. So make sure somebody beside you. Make sure somebody beside you.
They just want you to see you. Take it.